Hey there, I'm Thomas. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play Blowing in the Wind, originally written by Bob Dylan, performed by Joan Baez, Peter, Paul and Mary, and many others. This is a fairly easy song, and I'm going to show you at the end how to spice it up. Let's do this. Let's start off with the chords. We're going to use 3 chords. The basic G chord, I'm using a 4-finger G chord, and I'd like to ask you to just trust me for now. You'll see why I want to use this version. So that's a 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and then I've got my 3rd finger and pinky here together on the 2nd and 1st strings. 4-finger G. Now we're going to a C chord, and we're just going to move the 2nd finger and 1st finger over 1 string. Like that. That's a fairly easy transition. This is technically called a C add 9, but it really works well in this song. So go ahead and just try that transition with me. The G chord, and then move to the C chord. What do you think? Not too hard, huh? Now to a D. We're going to shift. Watch my fingers how I shift to the D chord. I move my 1st and 2nd finger over to the 3rd string and the 1st string on the 2nd fret. Now I've got my 3rd finger right where I want it, and I'm going to remove the pinky. So 3 chords. It's good to practice these 3 chords just a little bit before you start, depending on where you're at. So what I would do is start with the G, 1 strum. Try this with me right quick. 4-finger G to the C chord. By the way, it doesn't matter if you take the pinky off or not on the C chord. Either way, it makes the same chord. Then to the D chord, try that transition. Take the pinky off and try it in reverse right quick. Pinky down and the 1st and 2nd finger over to the C chord. That's the 4th and 5th strings. And then to the G chord. You can play a lot of songs with these 3 chords and it sounds good. Now, let's go through the basic form of Blowing in the Wind. The main chord pattern for Blowing in the Wind is 1 bar of G, 1 bar of C, and then 2 bars of G. It plays that same pattern over and over. We're going to add a simple strum to that. Sounds like this, and you can try along with me. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? Do it again, a couple of times with me. I'll count it this time. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. That was 1 bar or measure. Again, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down. So here's what that pattern sounds like with the strum. 1 bar, G, C, and then 2 Gs. Now, it's a good idea to just practice that pattern. There is a change, and I'll show you where it comes when it goes to the D chord. Now I'm going to go through the basic verse of the song into the refrain. We'll call that part, Blowing in the Wind part, a refrain, because it keeps coming at the end of every verse. Start with the G chord. I'm going to go ahead and scroll the words with the chords on the bottom of the screen so you can see how this fits together. Try it along with me, and don't worry if you don't get it first time around. It's practice. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, start. 2 bars. That's 1 line. 2nd line. That's the 2nd line. 2 bars of G. Start over. 3rd line. G to C. Now for the 4th line, there's a change here. Here we go. G, 1 bar of C, and 2 bars of D. I took my pinky off. Now start over G. And back to G, 2 bars. Now we're going to do the one with D again. Now to D. 2 bars. And here comes that refrain. On the refrain, we're going to go from D to C. And again, this just repeats over and over in the song. So form the D chord, and we're going to go from here to the C. Let's start off with the words so you'll see where we're at. Well, the answer, my dear, to G, blowing 2 Gs. Again, to C, and to D, in the wind. Now I'll show you how it goes back into the verse. Same pattern. Da, 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 and so on. Repeats over and over and over. So, not too hard, huh? I'd recommend that you practice that much so far, but then I want to show you a couple little tricks to spice it up a little bit. First of all, we're going to add something to the strum. And this is something, by the way, you can use in a lot of strums to give it a little more motion. Now this, to me, is just a little stiff. It's not bad, but we could make it better. One way to do that is as you strum, start off with hitting a low string and then go to the higher string. It doesn't have to be one string. It's okay if you hit a couple strings. But that motion of going low, high adds a rolling effect to the strum. Listen, bass, higher, bass. And that's exaggerated. I can even do kind of in the middle. But you hear how I'm aiming for that low string when I start off. And that gives it a little more groove. Think so? Try it with me just slowly, and I'll go ahead and just hum the melody. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, start. G, C, back to G, bass note, and again G to C, back to G. Okay, and one more little spicy addition to this tune. Every now and then you could do a little bass run, which is basically open, first finger, and G. Listen where it comes. So all I'm doing is making the G chord, but opening up to the low E, second fret, first finger, and G. So it sounds like this. Let's try that with me. Strum first. Now strum, bass, open, second fret, third fret. I'm using my first finger and second finger. Open, first finger, second finger. One more time. Open. That was fun. Okay, so I put this in the key that you can play along with Bob Dylan on YouTube if you want. So when you're ready, go ahead and look up Bob Dylan Blowing in the Wind and it'll work. Also, I'll put a link in the description so you can download the words and the chords and have that in front of you instead of having to just watch the video all the time. Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and please give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know either way in the comments if you liked the video, if you didn't, and if you'd like to see something else. Bye for now.